The Montana wilderness stretched vast and silent under a 30-degree Fahrenheit sky. The snow-dusted pines towering like sentinels as dawn crept past 9 o'clock a.m. on Wednesday, October 27, 2025. The Gulfstream G650 lay 5 miles behind, its battered frame a relic of the storm that had nearly claimed it, its engine silent after a $1,000-wide crash landing 20 miles short of the coordinates traced to a child's voice. "Grandpa said you'd come." That still echoed in their minds. Elon Musk led the trek, his boots crunching through the snow, the Starlight engine core glowing faintly in its reinforced case slung over his shoulder, a $50,000 marvel pulsing with Joshua Haldeman's legacy. May Musk followed, her silver hair whipping in the wind, the cracked leather journal clutched to her chest, her breath clouding in the frigid air. Jolie, the 85-year-old nanny who'd once scrubbed tables for $8 an hour, shuffled beside her, her frail hands steady around a faded $5 photo of Joshua, her eyes sharp despite the ache in her bones. Clara limped behind, her blood-stained $50 coat dragging, her wrench gripped tight, her wounds from Alaska throbbing with every step. Evelyn Carter brought up the rear, her 78-year-old frame unbowed, her rifle slung over her shoulder, her white hair a stark banner against the pines, her gaze fixed on the horizon where her granddaughter, Lily's child, might wait. The 20-mile slog was brutal, the snow deepening with each mile, the wind biting at their exposed skin. Elon's voice cut through the silence, steady but strained. "Coordinates say we're close, half a mile. Keep moving." His $200 billion empire meant nothing here. Only the core's glow and the child's call driving him forward. May's breath hitched, her voice soft but fierce. "She's out there. Joshua's blood. I feel it, like he's guiding us." Jolie nodded, her Spanish lilt quavering but resolute. "The star that fell to earth, it's her. I told him that tale and now it's alive." Her hands tightened on the photo. Joshua's young face, 36, frozen in 1971, fueling her steps. Clara snorted, wincing as she stumbled. "Hope she's got coffee. I'm half dead and Voss is still out there, $50 million snake with that fragment. This better not be a trap." Evelyn's eyes narrowed, her voice rough. "If it's Lily's girl, she's family. I lost her mother. I won't lose her too." The pines parted, revealing a ramshackle cabin nestled in a clearing, its roof sagging under snow, smoke curling from a crooked chimney. A faint hum pulsed from within, syncing with the core's glow, and the child's voice crackled louder. "Grandpa said you'd come." A live signal, not a loop, sending a jolt through their weary frames. Elon dropped the case, his hand on his hip, his sharp eyes scanning the scene. "That's it," he said, his voice electric. "She's here." The door creaked open, and a figure stepped out. A woman, 30, lean and wiry, her dark hair pulled back, her eyes a piercing green that mirrored Joshua's, now staring from Elon's $200 billion face. She wore a patched jacket, a $500 pension's worth of thrift, and held a crude $50 radio cobbled from scraps, its antenna glowing faintly. Sarah Grayson froze, her breath catching as she took them in. 5 strangers, battered and wild, led by a man she'd seen on every screen in America. "Who the hell are you?" she demanded, her voice sharp, her grip tightening on the radio. "This is private land. Get out." Elon stepped forward, his hands raised, his tone calm but urgent. "Sarah Grayson, I'm Elon Musk. This..." He gestured to the group. "It's about Joshua Haldeman, your grandfather." Sarah's eyes widened, a flicker of recognition sparking beneath her guard. "Haldeman? That's Mom's maiden name, Lily Haldeman. But she's dead. 1995. Fever took her. I've been alone since." Her voice cracked, the radio trembling in her hands. May moved beside Elon, her tears spilling freely. "Lily was my husband's daughter. Joshua's. You're his granddaughter. Our family." She held up the journal, Joshua's script glinting in the dawn. "He died for her. For you." Sarah staggered back, the radio slipping slightly. No, no way, Mom never said... She left me this... She tapped the device. Said it was Grandpa's junk. I fixed it, heard the voice, my voice from when I was 6. Thought it was a ghost. Evelyn pushed forward, her rifle clattering to the snow, her arms opening as she sobbed. Lily's mine, ours. I'm Evelyn Carter, your grandmother. I thought I'd lost you both. She reached for Sarah, who flinched but didn't pull away, her green eyes searching Evelyn's weathered face. You're... her? Sarah whispered, her voice breaking. Mom talked about a scientist, tall, quiet. Said she vanished after a crash. That's you? Evelyn nodded, tears streaming. I hid. Coalition wanted us dead. Joshua gave me Lily, gave me this. She pointed to the core's glow. To keep her safe. I failed her, but not you. Elon knelt, opening the case, the core's light spilling across the snow, syncing with the radio's hum. This is his legacy, the Starlight engine. You're part of it, Sarah. That signal, it's you calling us. Sarah stared, her engineer's mind whirring, her hands steadying the radio. I rebuilt it, found scraps in Mom's things. $5,000 of junk, she said. It started talking last week. My voice looped from 95. I didn't know. She trailed off, her gaze locking on Elon. You're... my uncle? The Tesla guy? Elon's lips twitched, a rare smile breaking through. Yeah, and your family, $200 billion or not, you're ours. Clara limped forward, her wrench dangling, her grin crooked. Welcome to the circus, kid. Hope you're tougher than me. I'm about done. Sarah's laugh was sharp, brittle, but real. Tougher than you look, maybe. Been alone since Mom. $500 a month fixing rigs in the wilds. But this... She gestured to the radio, the core. It's insane. Jolie shuffled closer, her frail hands offering the photo. Joshua at 36, she said, her Spanish lilt soft. I raised Elon, told him stories, your stories, Nina. The star that fell, it's you. Sarah took the photo, her fingers trembling, Joshua's eyes staring back. Her eyes. He's real, she murmured. Mom never said much, just left me this note. She pulled a crumpled paper from her pocket, its edges worn. A $5 scrawl from Lily. The fragment wakes the sky. Keep it safe. May's breath hitched, her voice urgent. Fragment? Voss has it. Stole it in Alaska. What's it mean? Sarah frowned, her engineer's mind kicking in. Dunno, Mom was cryptic. Said Grandpa's work was alive, dangerous. I thought it was fever talk. But this... She tapped the radio. It's tied to that glow. I synced it yesterday and the signal went live. Elon's jaw tightened, his sharp mind racing. Voss's fragment. It's waking something. The engine's not just power, it's a system. Sarah, you're the key. The core flared, its hum spiking, and the radio crackled. Grandpa said you'd come. Sarah's voice, 6 years old, now lived through 30-year-old hands. Evelyn pulled her into a fierce hug, sobbing, My girl, my girl's girl. May joined, her arms wrapping around them, a family reborn in the snow. Clara sank to her knees, her wrench dropping. Hell of a reunion, she muttered, her grin fading as exhaustion hit. Jolie stood apart, her $25,000 life glowing in the core's light, her eyes on Sarah. The starlight binds us, she whispered, her voice rising. 3 hearts, 1 flame, and now you. The pines rustled, the wind howling, and Sarah's green eyes burned with a mix of shock and steel. If this is real, she said, her voice steadying, I'm in. But that note wakes the sky. It's trouble, I feel it. Elon hefted the case, his gaze locking on the horizon. Then we move fast. Voss is coming, $50 million of betrayal on his tail. Sarah, you're with us. The cabin's smoke curled higher, the core's glow pulsed, and the Montana wilds held its breath as a new heir stepped into Joshua's starlit legacy, unaware of the storm racing closer. The ramshackle cabin stood weathered and defiant in the Montana wilds. its sagging roof and curling smoke a stark contrast to the 30-degree Fahrenheit dawn that bathed the pines in a pale, crystalline light on Wednesday, October 7th, 2025. Inside, the air crackled with tension and wonder. The faint hum of Sarah Grayson's $50 radio syncing with the golden glow of the Starlight engine core. A $50,000 marvel resting in its reinforced case on a rickety table. Elon Musk stood beside it, his sharp eyes darting between the device and Sarah, the 30-year-old engineer with Joshua Haldeman's piercing green gaze. His niece, newly revealed as Lily's daughter and Evelyn's granddaughter. Mae Musk hovered near, the cracked leather journal trembling in her hands, her silver hair catching the core's light as tears of reunion glistened in her eyes. Jolie, the 85-year-old nanny who'd once scraped by on $8 an hour, clutched Joshua's faded $5 photo, her frail frame steady with a quiet strength born of decades. Clara slumped against the wall, her blood-stained $50 coat hanging loose, her wrench idle as exhaustion gnawed at her wounded body. Evelyn Carter, 78 and unbowed, stood by Sarah, her white hair a banner of resilience, her rifle propped nearby, her face soft with a grandmother's awe. Sarah's hands trembled slightly as she adjusted the radio, its crude antenna glowing faintly, her voice, recorded at 6, now live at 30, crackling through. Grandpa said you'd come. She'd rebuilt it from Joshua's $5,000 scraps, a lifeline to a past she'd barely grasped until this moment. I synced it yesterday, she said, her engineer's mind cutting through her shock. Found Mom's note. The fragment wakes the sky. Didn't know what it meant till now. She glanced at the core, its pulse quickening, and then at Elon. You're saying this ties to that psycho Voss? Elon nodded, his jaw tight. He stole a fragment in Alaska, $50 million of betrayal in his hands. If it's waking something, we need to know what. Mae's voice quavered, urgent. Lily's note. It's a warning. Voss wants the engine, trillions in power. We can't let him near her. Sarah frowned, her green eyes narrowing. Victor, my brother, came sniffing years back. Offered me a $1 million deal to join the family business. I told him to shove it, thought he was just a creep with cash. If he's tied to this Voss... Evelyn's hand gripped Sarah's shoulder, her voice rough. He is. Victor's his pawn, Pete's too. The coalition's been hunting this since Joshua crashed in '71. You're in it now, whether you like it or not. Clara snorted, wincing as she shifted. Great, another Grayson in the mix. Hope you're less of a jackass than your brother, kid. Sarah's lips twitched, a sharp grin breaking through. Tougher, maybe. Been solo since Mom, $500 a month, fixing rigs. But this? She tapped the radio. It's alive. Let's see what it does. She twisted a dial, the radio's hum surging, and the core responded. A golden flare that spilled across the cabin, syncing with a low-frequency pulse that rattled the walls. The signal spiked, a radiant beam shooting through the cracked window and piercing the 30-degree Fahrenheit sky. Outside, the pines trembled, snow cascading from their branches, and a distant rumble echoed. A response, faint but growing. Sarah's eyes widened, her engineer's instinct kicking in. That's no echo, she said, her voice tight. It's answering. Elon's sharp mind raced, his hand steadying the case. SpaceX, Lucia's team, 1,000 miles west. They'll see this, but if it's broadcasting... The radio crackled, cutting him off, and a new voice broke through, cold, precise, laced with venom. Musk, it rasped. You've got the core, but I've got the key. Surrender it, or the sky burns. 24 hours. The signal flared again, a 20,000-watt beam erupting from the north, 50 miles away. Its source Voss's stolen fragment, a jagged shard of starlight now glowing in the coalition's grasp. Mae gasped, her hands clutching the journal. That's him! Voss, he's close! Jolie's frail voice rose, her Spanish lilt cutting through the panic. The fragment wakes the sky. It's not just power, it's a weapon. She pressed the photo to her chest, her eyes blazing. Joshua feared this. I see it now. Clara hauled herself up, her wrench gripped tight, her face pale but fierce. A weapon? Fantastic! We're half dead, and he's got a death ray. What's the play? Sarah's hands flew over the radio, her voice steady despite the tremor in her fingers. It's amplifying. Starlight into energy. Focused. Mom's note, she knew. I refused Victor, but he tracked me years ago. This signal, it's my fault. Evelyn's rifle snapped up, her gaze locking on the window. Not your fault, girl. His greed, his betrayal. Joshua died to stop this. We fight it. Elon's eyes narrowed, his engineer's brain dissecting the threat. 24 hours. He's got a base 50 miles north. The fragment's sinking with the core. It's not complete without it. We've got the upper hand, but he's forcing us to move. The cabin shook, the core's beam pulsing brighter, and the radio's crackle grew frantic. Sarah's child voice looping faster. Grandpa said you'd come. Outside, the sky darkened, a faint shimmer rippling across it, the fragment's power bending the light. May's tears fell, splashing onto the journal. Joshua's dream, $1 trillion future. Voss'll twist it, kill for it. Jolie stepped forward, her $25,000 life glowing in the core's light, her voice rising. The star guides home, she said, her Spanish tale a lifeline. That's the code, his safeguard. It's not just a weapon, it's us. Sarah, you're the spark. Sarah's green eyes flashed, her hands steadying on the radio. Me? I'm no hero, just a grease monkey with a dead mom's junk. But if Victor's in this... She twisted the dial again, the core surging, its beam joining the fragments in a radiant dance that lit the Montana sky. A 100,000-watt pulse visible 1,000 miles west at SpaceX. Lucia's voice crackled over Elon's comms, urgent. Elon, signal's massive. 1,000 miles, it's bending the grid. What's happening? Voss, Elon snapped, his voice steel. He's weaponizing the fragment 50 miles north. We've got Sarah, Lily's girl. She's sinking it. The cabin's walls groaned, the pressure mounting, and Sarah's face hardened. Victor wanted me. Family ties, he said. I cut him off, but he knew I had this. She tapped the radio, her voice breaking. Mom died hiding it. $500 of fever in '95. I won't let him win. Clara grinned, her wrench raised despite her sway. That's the spirit, kid. Let's shove it down his throat. Evelyn's rifle steadied, her grandmother's resolve unyielding. He's 50 miles off. We hit him first. Joshua's blood, my blood, stops this. Elon hefted the case, his sharp mind locking on a plan. We've got 24 hours. Montana's wilds, 50 miles north. He's got the fragment, but we've got the core and Sarah. We move now. May clutched the journal, her voice fierce through her tears. For Lily, for her girl, Joshua's dream lives in us. Jolie's frail hand steadied, her photo trembling but her spirit soaring. The starlight binds us, she said, her Spanish lilt a rallying cry. 3 hearts, 1 flame, and now 4. We're not prey, we're fire. The core flared, its beam piercing the cabin's roof, sinking with the fragment's distant glow, a dance of light and power that shook the pines. Voss's voice crackled again, colder now. 24 hours, Musk. The sky's mine, or it burns. Sarah's green eyes burned, her engineer's hands steady on the radio. Not if I burn it first, she muttered, her voice a vow. She synced the signal tighter, the core's pulse surging, and the Montana sky shimmered. A warning shot to the north. Elon's gaze locked on the horizon, his $200 billion will unbowed. 50 miles, he said, his voice a blade. We end this, together. The cabin trembled, the wind howled, and the starlight flared brighter, a legacy awakening in the hands of a hidden heir, racing toward a reckoning with the sky itself.